Living English, how to make it part of your daily life. Introduction. Welcome to Lingua Sync. I'm your host, Jamie Walker, and today we are diving into a topic that has the power to completely change your relationship with English. Many learners think fluency is about memorizing rules, passing exams, or having a special talent for languages. But the truth is much simpler. Fluency grows when English becomes part of your everyday life. If you've ever felt nervous, stuck, or frustrated because you understand English but can't speak it confidently, this episode is for you. Together, we'll explore a set of powerful habits that turn English from a school subject into something you live, breathe, and enjoy daily. So, let's get started. Segment 1. Why English must be part of your life. Many learners approach English as if it were just another subject at school, something to be studied for exams and then forgotten. The problem with this mindset is that it keeps English separate from daily life. Fluency does not grow from memorizing rules alone. It develops when the language becomes part of your everyday environment. The more you connect English to your routine, the more natural and comfortable it will feel. Think about the activities you do every day: waking up, checking your phone, preparing meals, or even relaxing. If English is included in these simple moments, it will slowly shift from something you study to something you live, breathe, and enjoy daily. This shift is powerful because it trains your brain to think, respond, and express itself in English without pressure. When English blends with your lifestyle, it stops feeling like hard work and starts feeling like a normal part of who you are. Making English part of your life also means changing the way you see progress. It's not about being perfect or speaking like a native speaker overnight. It's about creating steady exposure and practice through small, consistent habits. Over time, these habits build confidence, clarity, and flow in your communication. That's when English becomes more than a language. It becomes a tool you use every day with ease. Segment 2. The 8 Habits of Daily English. Habit 1. Start your day in English. The first minutes of your morning are like a blank canvas, waiting to be filled with the tone of the entire day. When you choose to start that canvas with English, you are telling your brain that this language is not just an exercise, but part of your identity. It can be as simple as greeting yourself with, "Good morning. Today I feel a little sleepy, but I'm ready to learn something new." This short action sets the rhythm for the rest of the day. Starting your day in English does not require perfect grammar or advanced vocabulary. What matters is consistency and the decision to use English in a natural way. Even 1 or 2 sentences, spoken out loud or written in a notebook, can signal to your mind that English belongs in your thoughts. Over time, these small beginnings create familiarity, making the language feel less like a task and more like a habit you enjoy. If speaking aloud feels uncomfortable, you can also begin by thinking your first thoughts in English. Imagine waking up and silently telling yourself, "I am grateful for this morning," or "I will try my best today." This quiet practice still reprograms your thinking process, gently guiding your brain to operate in English. The important part is not how much you say, but that you choose English as the first voice of your day. Habit 2. Keep English in your ears. Listening is the foundation of every language we learn. Long before children speak their first words, they spend countless hours listening to the voices around them. The same principle applies to English. Your ears must become familiar with the rhythm, sounds, and patterns of the language. Without regular listening, speaking will always feel forced and unnatural. Adding English to your daily environment is easier than you think. You can play an English podcast while brushing your teeth, listen to a YouTube video while cooking, or enjoy an audiobook while commuting. These moments may feel small, but together they create a powerful background of exposure. Even when you are not fully focused, your brain is quietly absorbing the melody of English. The key is consistency, not pressure. You do not need to understand every single word. What matters is that your ears stay connected to English every day. Over time, you will notice that the speed of native speech feels less intimidating and your pronunciation starts to improve naturally. By keeping English in your ears, you allow the language to flow into your mind in a way that feels organic and effortless. Habit 3. Talk to yourself in English. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to build fluency is to talk to yourself in English. You do not need a teacher, a partner, or even an internet connection, just your own voice and thoughts. By describing what you are doing in the moment, you train your brain to connect language directly to action. This connection makes English more natural because it becomes part of your real experiences rather than something only practiced in lessons. At first, this habit might feel unusual or even a little funny, but that's a sign it's working. For example, while preparing a meal, you can say, "I am cutting vegetables," or while cleaning, "I am folding clothes." These small sentences build a bridge between your daily life and the language. Over time, your thoughts begin to form automatically in English without translation. The beauty of this habit is its flexibility. You can practice anytime and anywhere. Whether you're walking, shopping, or getting ready for bed, narrating your actions in English creates a rhythm of constant practice. Mistakes are part of the process, and because you are speaking only to yourself, there is no fear of judgment. Step by step, your confidence grows, and English becomes a natural part of your inner voice. Habit 4. Switch your digital life to English. Think about how often you use your phone each day, scrolling through apps, checking notifications, or searching online. Now imagine if every one of those interactions became a chance to practice English. By changing the language of your phone and apps, you surround yourself with real and practical vocabulary. Words like settings, update, notifications, and search will naturally become part of your daily routine. This habit is powerful because it doesn't require extra time or effort. You are already using these tools every day, so why not let them teach you? At first, it might feel challenging to navigate your device in English, but that small struggle helps your brain learn faster. Instead of translating, you begin to recognize and remember English words simply by seeing them repeatedly. Over time, your digital world becomes a constant environment for language exposure. Whether you are reading messages, exploring social media, or watching videos, English becomes the default. This daily immersion slowly shapes the way you think and interact, making English feel more natural and familiar. In this way, your phone and apps turn into teachers you carry everywhere. Habit 5. Write one page every night. Writing about your own life is one of the most effective ways to strengthen your connection with English. When you put your thoughts and experiences into words, you learn to express yourself more clearly. This habit is not about perfect grammar or long essays. It's about being honest and simple. Even a few sentences about your day can build a strong foundation for communication. A helpful way to start is by answering a few basic questions each night. What did I do today? How did I feel? What new word did I learn? What will I do tomorrow? These questions guide your writing and help you practice the kind of English you'll actually use in real conversations. Over time, this practice develops not only your language skills, but also your ability to reflect and think deeply in English. The power of this habit is its consistency. If you write even one page every evening, you are creating a record of your growth, while also training your mind to think directly in English. Imagine looking back after a month and seeing pages filled with your own words, feelings, and stories. That collection becomes proof of your progress and a reminder that English is not just a subject, but a language you live with every day.
Habit 6. Search in English. In today's world, whenever we have a question, we usually turn to Google, YouTube, or another search tool for answers. Most people naturally search in their native language, but this habit keeps English out of their daily thinking. By choosing to search in English instead, you transform every question into an opportunity to learn. You are no longer just looking for answers, you are also training your brain to recognize how English is used in real situations. This practice introduces you to authentic vocabulary and phrases connected to your real life. For example, searching easy breakfast recipes will expose you to words like boil, chop, and ingredients. Looking up how to fix a slow laptop will teach you terms like restart, update, and settings. Because these searches are based on your personal needs and interests, the vocabulary stays in your memory more naturally than textbook lists. Over time, searching in English changes the way you approach problems and curiosity. Instead of translating from your native language, you start to think of questions directly in English. This builds confidence because you see English not as something separate from your life, but as a tool to solve daily challenges. With each search, English becomes more practical, personal, and useful in your everyday world.
Habit 7. Share English with the world. It is easy to practice English privately, but the real growth comes when you begin sharing it with others. This does not mean giving long speeches or writing perfect essays. It can be as simple as leaving a short comment online or greeting someone in English. The act of putting your words out into the world builds courage and confidence. Even small steps like these create valuable experience with real communication. One practical way to start is by writing short comments on videos, blogs, or social media posts. A few honest sentences such as, "This video really helped me," or "I am learning English and I enjoyed this message," are enough. These moments may seem small, but they connect your English to real people. When someone replies, it gives you encouragement to continue using the language openly. You can also practice by recording your voice, speaking to the mirror, or joining an online community of learners. None of these require perfection. What matters is that you take action, even in a small way, every day. The more you share, the less fear you feel, and the more natural English becomes in your daily interactions. In time, you will notice that expressing yourself in front of others feels less like a challenge and more like a normal part of your life. Habit 8. Never miss a day. Consistency is the true engine of fluency. It does not matter how advanced your vocabulary is or how many grammar rules you know if you only practice once in a while. Building English into your daily life, even in small ways, is what creates lasting change. A single sentence spoken, a short video listened to, or one thought written in English is enough to keep the chain alive. This habit is less about intensity and more about identity. When you choose to do something in English every day, no matter how small, you begin to see yourself differently. English stops being a task you return to when you feel motivated. It becomes part of who you are. Over time, this steady rhythm creates a natural bond between you and the language. Life will always bring busy days, stress, or distractions, but that is exactly why this habit matters most. On difficult days, even 1 minute of practice can remind you that you are still moving forward. By refusing to skip a day, you train both your language skills and your mindset to stay strong. This daily commitment ensures that English grows with you, step by step, as part of your everyday identity. So, segment 3, the mindset shift. When it comes to learning English, the biggest change often happens not in your grammar or vocabulary, but in your mindset. Many learners see English as something they study only when they have free time or when exams are near. This attitude keeps the language at a distance, making it feel like an obligation rather than a natural part of life. Shifting your mindset means seeing English as something you live with, not something you visit. This perspective allows you to focus less on perfection and more on presence. Instead of worrying about every mistake, You accept them as signs of growth. You understand that fluency develops through daily habits, not overnight effort. With this mindset, English becomes less about pressure and more about connection with yourself, with others, and with the world around you. The more you embrace this way of thinking, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. You begin to notice progress in small, everyday moments, like understanding a phrase in a video or expressing a simple thought without translating. These moments may feel ordinary, but they build confidence step by step. Over time, your mindset carries you forward, reminding you that English is not just a goal, it is part of your identity. So here's my challenge for you. Choose just one of these habits today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start small, start simple, and let it grow. English doesn't need to feel like a burden. It can become part of your life in ways that are fun, personal, and powerful. And before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Which habit will you start with? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Your ideas might inspire someone else who is on the same journey. Thank you for listening to LinguaSync. I'm Jamie Walker, reminding you that fluency is not something you chase, it's something you live. Keep going, and I'll see you in the next episode.